this game.
Oh, okay. I think I know
fondly.
the opponents. What deck it is.
I believe it was mono water, or is it water lightning? Water was a significant component. And I remember this game fondly, simply for the brick wall of a Cecil.
Okay, let's see your hands. Oh yeah, nope. The straw card and a crystal.
Draw a card and a crystal. So the standard GigaWol setup, get a backup down, so that you discard one card less when it comes to actually going for the GigaWol. That materia is going to come into play at a really critical moment later.
Yeah, she's the crystal generator, so yeah.
That's right.
Get it back.
So what I noticed here is that he discarded 2 summons straight off the bat. I want to say they're both Kukulane. Are they both Kukulane?
Yeah,
One's
Kukulane,
for
yes.
sure. But I don't remember if the second one was the one behind it.
You're showing like my deck is pretty stacked. Yeah, this now you're gonna go for the 7th drop.
That's right. And then adequately shuffle my deck.
And you have enough. The opponent's like, can I read it?
Yes, it's the first time he's encountered this card properly and wants to take the time to understand it.
Oh, it's funny because I would assume he's pretty pro with the the concept of the game, and since it won the Worlds, and Worlds was like the introduction of GigaWol.
That's it. So this is where I make the misplay of misplays.
Whoa!
And do not play the GigaWol. Instead, I play Remedy first.
Huh?
The wall comes down pretty quickly afterwards, but I feel like I would have been fine if I had played the GigaWol faster. The reason I did that was because I wasn't too confident on what he was playing at the time, because you see no water other than the summons there.
So you would assume he might have a Leviathan in hand to stop your wall?
Yeah, that was the first worry, that he would be able to cancel wall or do something to it. So first I wanted to just put Remedy down, have that body, have that potential answer to cheating out forwards and such, and limit break cards, the Leos and such. I was trying to buy myself a bit of breathing space, see what he had, and that right there makes me... That actually, never mind. I don't feel that my Remedy was a misplay when Garuda comes down. Because if I'd played Wall, it would have been met with a Garuda. And that's 8,000 to my board.
Yes. And there it is.
And there it is. So once the Garuda came down, I was like, okay, that's it. The first board clears out of the way.
You also played Irvin.
Yes. Irvin was in this version 1 copy, I believe. Because he's not bad.
It's super great legend card.
That's right. Once again, Zerima's easy picking.
Yep.
The only exception to that is if I had managed to get a Warrior Light backup, then I would have gone
Refia
Paris,
is weird.
Refia.
Yeah, now you can search for a card. Refia is surprising to see in your deck.
The Refi is also a 1 copy in this version. The Faris is 3 copies though.
Yeah, Faris 3 copies, that's given.
The Refi is a one-off because you can get enough walls running on the board to get her active. That's not something you see all the time. But I believe it comes up later. Just the once, but it comes up.
And there you break your Pyramus.
Using the crystal off the Garuda effect, which is the correct
and
call.
removing the frozen count token, or what's the correct name? I forgot that we got back in the days for the very first.
Oh, the frozen tokens. Yeah, the really old frozen
one of
count
the first,
is the one.
pre-release, right? That they gave it.
That's it. It was in a little bag in like Opus 4 or 5. But yeah, he did that in response to Alpha Node searching our Warrior of Light so that I couldn't counter with the protection in time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He just passed.
Well, Matira is still active, so it can always be utilized.
I don't like throwing away S effects. But in that moment, I did kind of feel like, I have to up the pressure and just start adding more bodies to the board as quickly as I can. And once again, I go with the anti-search. Because I knew he didn't have anything running at the moment, otherwise he would have played a forward there and then. So he's looking for something, waiting for something, so I want to limit the options that he has.
Well, because his deck is really controlling, needs a build-up, so the longer you wait, it's gonna be
harder to break through, which is kind of what ends up happening in a kind of silly way. Straight into a Rose Eggs burst. The start of my nightmare. There he is. Yep. There he is. That card is gonna stay with me for the rest of the game. And do stupid things. And it's my biggest misplay of this whole match is I let that Cecil dictate the terms of the match for too long.
Well, but it's Final Fantasy 4, right? So
yeah,
the deck is built around that. So every time a Final Fantasy 4 forward comes on the field, gains crystal,
and once per turn.
It can be, remove a crystal to protect himself. So it's not much you could have done, unless you really go fast to get through his crystals.
I don't remember if he gains 1,000 power for using that crystal, though I don't think he does.
Yeah, it does. It gains 1,000 and also unaffected.
So this was my problem. A lot of GigaWol's forwards are 7,000. Keep that in mind, people. 7,000 power is a good threshold.
And a bunch of crystal generators here.
Lady Lilith was a huge problem. I knew I had to get rid of that immediately because it was just going to start causing issues. But see how that board now looks. All 3 of those use crystals to either protect themselves or start pinging forwards off my field. I was running out of time. Luckily, I got the X burst.
So you have your protection in hand, and now is actually the good moment to get rid of Cecil since there's no crystals and his hand is empty. If there's a way to get rid of him.
So, I didn't draw what I needed to get rid of it at the time, but I did draw the Lena, which is what's going to come out now. Because I had the 4 colors on the board that I needed. The ice, light, fire, and water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to give him a one-side fan for it option plus the draw effect that I get. What was important here is because Lena is a fanfrit type effect where he has to choose in the resolve, he can't Lady Lilith his choice for a crystal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was quickly
he can stack on it, but he's gonna lose 2 forward instead.
Correct.
And that's what he was planning to do until he realized, like, oh, it's like that.
We had a quick judge confirmation of that at the time, just to make sure he didn't make a mistake that he didn't want to make. But there was one of my problem children gone.
Well, you threw a lightning card, so you could technically go for Cloud and break.
And that's exactly what I went for. You guessed perfect. And it won't be the last time I touch on my limit break deck this time around. I had to go all in on this.
Well, yeah, the Cloud limit break is so unlucky, let's say like that, because you have also a backup Cloud and can be clocky.
Works both ways. It can be clunky, or it can be an S effect that you're not expecting to see.
Exactly, it can be the unexpected S effect. Oh, I see Atomos. But Atomos
now we
here now would be an easy pick for you.
Oh, by far. We enter the phase of the match that I'm watching it back and I'm realizing how one-sided this board looks, yet that Cecil holds me to ransom for a good 3 turns.
Yeah, because if there was no commentating and we just see the picture of this now, we would have also think like, yeah, GigaWol has like full control.
But the issue here was attacking with Mog was never going to work. He'd block that, of course. Attacking with Alpha Node and Lena, block. And Cloud, very much the same. He would buff himself with the crystal and then block again. I'd lose a forward, his would survive, and I would have no way of finishing the job. And
but he has no crystals at the moment. I see no die
Materia
on the...
is live with 2.
Yeah, Materia is live, so yes. That's why he passed his turn with 2 cards in hand.
And that's going to be important on this turn. Or on it's either this turn or the next turn. The fact that he's got all that CP up is going to be very important for him. Because I was looking at my board and realizing that I had 7 characters on the field at the time. And that would be number 8.
Yep. There you go for trying to get rid.
So I get the effect. That's it. Mm-hmm. So I choose the Cecil and the Materia. And this is where he cleverly gives the Cecil what he needs to keep the Cecil alive, and the Materia goes where it needs to go. Very quickly in the damage zone.
Yep.
However, what my opponent had forgotten at the time is that maybe I'd forgotten about it. So Cecil's 9,000 right now, so I will swing with Warrior of Light. It was one of those neutral locks. I should have gone all in from then on and just started attacking constantly now that his crystal generation was done. I'd have lost a couple of forwards, but he would have either taken 3 or 4 damage or lost Cecil.
Exactly. I think he would just take a few damage and really just block on the 7 damage.
That's it. That's my misplay here. I don't follow through. I
Because
definitely
you
could
let
have
Cecil
attacked.
live another turn and he's on 4 cards. Can always be a category 4 on the field.
And it got another crystal back.
And he drew another Cecil, so...
The Cecil has
Ability
effect.
could be life, or he can also go for Atomos.
What was that, Remedy? I definitely don't play the Remedy anymore. I've since cut that. It was a good tech piece, but it was not important enough.
Deck thinning.
Yeah, deck thinning.
Let's see, you have 1 warrior, 2 warrior of light.
That's it. That's exactly the point. I was going in on the Warrior of Light finish if I needed it. Like, this game was very my-sided. So he went for the S effect, and I had the protection in hand.
You can shoot on those 2.
As he'd
limit
already
break
targeted
ones.
7 wall.
Yeah.
He targeted 7 wall and I had to respond to that. He couldn't then change his target. Of course, that wouldn't make no sense. And here's me, once again, not pushing into that Cecil. Oh no, okay, I did. Okay, I did eventually realize that I gotta push in. Yeah, this was one of those games where I realized I was just...
Yeah, because I would also have still pushed
with it faster.
Titus.
Yeah.
Because worst case is, okay, you lose Titus, but he has done his job already.
The pressure of trying to go 3-0 is what that is.
And it was his turn. Draw. And a body on the field.
So, I mean, I was rather nervous in this tournament. It was the first time I was going all in playing something strongly meta related.
But I assume you made the right call and you end up enjoying the deck?
I did, yeah. I don't have a lot of time to practice other decks that involve a lot more interactivity and a lot more having to keep an eye on the break zone of your opponent, so some might call it brain dead. I prefer to think linear. It has
I wouldn't call
singular
it brain
game plan.
dead. It's just like once wall is out there, then you have to draw to the right pieces, the right colors to be able to continue playing.
I mean, I have a very full board right now. That's not simply because wall happened once. That was just as a result of a lot of thinking about what to play at the right time. It has a linear game plan, that's a fact. Play wall as quickly as you can, and then you gotta work from there. But wasn't that always the case with aggro type decks?
It is, like with Makisa, also play Makisa as fast and ping herself.
That's right. It's not shameful to play linear decks.
It's the way how you go around it.
Looking at you 3 times, Thaumaturge and Gespers.
Oh, he went for lightning.
Yeah, this move I didn't quite understand. I thought he was just trying to get more bodies down.
Then he grabbed holding back? Oh, it's not
Didn't have the
pretty
CP
cheaper,
for
right?
it.
So we needed
Was he cheaper at this point?
yeah, 5 damage, right? So
Oh, so he is cheaper. I don't think he plays the Odin.
no, he needed the lightning CP if he wants to play the other one.
Oh, he did go for the Odin, okay. My memory of this match is slightly faded.
I think you're just traumatized by Cecil.
Hadn't even begin to tell you how much the Cecil annoyed me. And that right there is the piece that was missing. That is an Axe Star drawn to hand, which changed my game plan completely.
Ooh.
So I'm setting up for lethal here, but I'm also gambling on something that he's not paid attention to one of my backups. But he's only got one hand card, no backups, and nothing to work with, so... Once again, that's the second time I'm playing Axe Star without getting his free body effect off.
But yeah, you have to discard it.
Yep. Yeah, I realized that I'm not able to play Refi as a body. That was just the stress of the moment, and took Refi immediately back. It's a fire or ice
It's a
forward.
free information for your opponent then.
So of course Leo eats far too much damage.
That's a little overkill for Leo.
But he was the only body left. So he's on 5 damage, and I've got 3 available attackers.
And we know his hand, so it's not like he can do something from his hand.
That was the bit I missed. Edge from the break zone.
Oh, right.
Luckily, that secured my gamble. So he'll take the 6 damage, then he'll be forced to block the Lena. Crack the Sarah, reactivate Tita's, swing for game.
You know, the funny thing is, I just test play GigaWol. Okay, you see the frustration of the opponent. I test play GigaWol, and I was already wondering, like, how often do you get to utilize the Sarah dual break effect?
More often than you might actually imagine.